topic on He Say, She Say with your girl CoCo J.
And your boy, the Hood, Howard Stern, Q Lewis, holding it down from the D to the other D in the Rocky Mountains, man. You know what it is. It's Detroit to Denver, in case you didn't catch up on that. But want to welcome y'all again, of course, to another episode. It's been a long week, but we going to get it together. Don't forget that it's Social Media Friday, so if you have social media, then you got to hit us up on Instagram and Twitter. So hit up CoCo J at Hey It's CoCo J on Instagram and Twitter, and, of course, myself, Hood Howard Stern, on Instagram and Twitter as well. Real quick before we get the show started, I also want to give a shout-out to our partners at New Orleans TalkNetwork.com. All right, so you can catch the replays there on Wednesdays from 5 until 6. That is Central Standard Time. So anyway, what's going on with you, though? It's been a long week. We back in the building. What's popping?
Oh, what's popping? Very much popping with me, you know. Let me see. Trying to see what's been popping with me this Monday through Friday. Or right. Sunday through Friday, I would say.
Yeah, Sunday through Friday.
Not much. After it started this week, I've been volunteering at the Children's Center. You know, so that's been happening Monday and Thursday. I did that, so okay. It would be like that for a minute. Me volunteering my services.
Okay.
Let's see. I went to orientation with my 14-year-old. He's entering 9th grade, so we had orientation Tuesday at Southfield.
So this is exciting, right? This is exciting, right?
It is. You know,
a high schooler.
It is. Although I've already had a high schooler who came out and all that, but it's always a new event. It's a new adventure for a different
kid. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he excited. I'm nervous for him.
Yeah, and rightfully so. I mean, this is a day and age that, you know, being a high schooler has a different definition of being in high school this day and age. So it's definitely something to be excited about, but nervous at the same time. So I can definitely understand.
Exactly. So it lasted for about 3 hours. He picked up the schedule and took his ID. He don't like his schedule. Yeah, but I told him he's gonna have to rock it out.
Right. There's no choices as a freshman. Yeah, there's no choices.
And I'm trying to give him a heads up, like this is a whole different ball game, buddy.
Right.
So you gotta not only be ready when you get there, but you gotta stay ready. Always be ready.
Right. Exactly. That's the truth.
Yeah. So he's looking forward to that. Other than that, I've been, chilling.
Okay.
Chillaxing. What's been going on with you, Hood, all the time?
I see. Nothing else really been going on. I did think, actually, I was kind of, hesitant. I was waiting. I thought you was going to say something about Greenleaf. You've been watching the hell out of it.
I have.
I think you might say something about that, but you didn't.
My memory is short, but I will speak a little bit about that. It's I'm sure a lot of people heard of the series on network. But I like it. It's cool. I think I'm on episode 8, I think. Okay. And I'm not sure how many episodes it is. It's just season 1 on it. But it's cool. I like it. It's getting more interesting and interesting. So more interesting.
Yeah. Now who is on Oprah's network? But she did the show too, right? Like
she's the executive producer, I believe.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's what I was thinking.
But she's also in it.
Right. Yeah. I seen the preview. All right. So that's dope. I haven't got into that yet. Like, you keep telling me about it. I want to, but I haven't really got around to it yet. I guess I don't know what I'm waiting on. Because I watch everything else, so I don't know why I haven't gotten to that yet. But as far as series go, the only series that I keep up with most definitely is Power. So that's the only one.
And I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that.
Man, you fooling. You fooling. Yeah, but the thing is, though, when Power first came out and I tried to put you up on it, you act like you weren't interested then. So I don't see why 3 seasons, 2 seasons later, you would be interested. So obviously, it just never sparked your interest. So it's okay.
I guess not. And everyone is talking about it.
Because it's really good. It's well written. You know what I'm saying?
Left behind, but it's all good.
I guess so. But I don't know why I thought something was going to change. Because like I said, when it first came out, I was hooked. And then I tried to put you up on it, and he was like, you was asleep on it. So, I shouldn't have thought it was going to be nothing different this year. So, but for me, really, not too much been going on, man. Just been trying to stay focused. That was an inside joke. But anyway, it was an inside joke. But, yeah, just been focusing on a couple things, man. But same thing that I'm always doing is, writing and doing radio shows. That's always lit right there. Just did our show yesterday, the E-Block Radio show yesterday. You can catch the replay, of course, at eblockradio.com. Also on Blackout Radio, New Orleans Talk Network.com. And now on Sky 99, what is it, Sky 99.5, I believe it is. FM is in Trinidad, actually, so we can rebroadcast out in Trinidad, so I'll doing our thing out there. Yeah, but outside of that, man, nothing really. Just watching a lot of podcasts, because that's my thing now, podcasts and web series, just because it's not a lot of stuff on TV, so other than reality TV. So, watching web series and listening to podcasts is a good deviation from cable TV and the regular radio, which I haven't listened to, like, the regular radio, like, in so long. I think it's not until, I think I mentioned this before to you, but I think it's not until you, like, when you're not in the car and you're listening to the radio, that you can actually notice the repetition, like how much everything is played over and over. Like, when you're in the car, when you're in the car, it's kind of like you shooting here or there. You're in the car for a few minutes, so you only hear the song one time. But if you're sitting somewhere, like at your desk at work, and you're listening to the radio, you recognize in an hour that you can hear the same song 4 times. It's crazy.
That should be like against all rules, like the radio rules or something.
Yeah, it should be, but I think what it is that, other than in the morning, like, because, you got morning shows and stuff like that. But I think otherwise, I think the radio is being produced with the theory that, people listening to it in the car on the way to work. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. Like, that's the only thing I can think, because otherwise, if it was produced in a manner that, thinking about people just sitting there listening to the radio, then they would know that that's unacceptable. Like, hear the same song like 5 times because you're just sitting there chilling. Like, it can't happen like that. But anyway, so enough about that, man. What we're going to touch on real quick before we get off into the topic for the night is just something that happened in Newark. That's out in Jersey. But I'm not sure if everybody has heard about this story, but it was a few days ago. I want to say maybe about 3 or 4 days at this point. But the 10-year-old kid, man, was chased down by the police, with their guns out and stuff. Now, the reports, of course, are coming out, from everywhere. But so this is what it is. The 10-year-old little kid, man, his name was Legend Preston. So him and a couple of buddies was in the backyard. So I finally got the whole story. He was in the backyard playing basketball. I guess the ball rolled from the backyard out to the street, so he ran out to go get it. And when he went to go get it, like, these police officers was like, running towards him. Now the thing is, I guess they were actively pursuing somebody else, or something like that, because they was already en route. You know what I'm saying? So they chased the kid to the backyard. This is how it stopped. This is how they had him cornered. Like, they chased him to the backyard. Now, the police officers say that they did, while they did have guns out, because they had shotguns, so they did have guns out, they say that they didn't actually point the guns at them. Now, all right, so let me first say this. Even if you don't have a shotgun pointed at me, and I'm 10, if you're running after me with a gun in hand, whether it's pointed at me or not, that shit is all bad. Like, I don't know, there's no way you can look at that any other way. But now, with all that being said, they chased the little boy down, a 10-year-old boy. Now, granted, he a big dude, like, he a husky 10-year-old, you know what I'm saying? But they said it was mistaken identity. They thought that this 10-year-old kid with a small sculpted afro, they mistook him for a 20-year-old grown man with dreads. Tell me how this shit happened again. Like, tell me how that works. Does that make sense to you?
No, it doesn't, and they need to be a damn shame of themselves as well. And you also say that they didn't apologize or anything. Well, the conversation that we had.
Yeah, not at all. At least, from the account of the mother, you know what I'm saying? She said that they kind of just left, like, shit, all right, we got it wrong, we out of here. You know what I'm saying? But nobody ever said, sorry about that, or, sorry about the confusion, like, that's fucked up, that's a kid, like, we apologize. And the reason I say that is because, I mentioned this yesterday on my show, but that's terrible for a kid. Like, you already coming up in a situation where we kind of, I don't know the soft way to put it, but we don't like police. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a hate, fear kind of thing going on with police, and this just add to it. And he's 10.
Exactly, you know and he's going to have nightmares about that. I have a 9-year-old. Right. I cannot imagine that officers chasing my child with guns in their hands.
Right,
he's going to be distraught for a long time to where he's probably going to need counseling because I'm sure he had dreamt about it already. Scared to death, don't know what's going on. He just know he went to go get the damn ball, and then here police officers chasing after him. And have a wrong identity. Like they thought he was someone else. You have to come to me as a parent. You got to have a better reason than that. Shouldn't be no reason for you to sit and chase a 10-year-old with guns.
Right. And you know what's weird about the whole thing though is what I was trying to figure out when I looked at the story is at this point, because of the situation, like I don't even know what would be acceptable. Like, the reason? No, I mean any kind of like reprimand. Like I don't even know what would be acceptable. Like I don't even at this point. Like I don't want no money. I mean money is good, but I don't even want no money. I want something. I want some change. I want something to happen. I want something different.
They need to be dealt with. The police officers.
Yeah, but like what though? Like
I don't know, but
I know, right?
To happen.
Cause it's a weird situation. Like, cause I mean,
they need to be ready.
Cause legally, I guess, as supposedly, members of a tactical unit are unable to decipher whether it's a 10-year-old or a 20-year-old. I mean, obviously, I guess nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, physically. But this is a mental scar that's going to be a problem. And like if anything ever happened, I mean I can't blame it all on that. But if anything ever happened, to where this kid turned out to be like a bad seed, I have to say that it's going to have a lot to do with that. I'm going to have to say it's going to have a lot to do with that.
And I pray to God that it don't end up that way. I pray to God he be some kind of advocate, go up to be an advocate of the things that's happening in the community, things like that happen to him. But
I hope so.
As a parent, that shit makes me mad. As a parent, just period, because they are like the conversation we had previously. They are trained. So even if you have to walk around with a picture with the person, the suspect that you are looking for, that's what needs to be done. This little kid didn't have no damn dreadlocks. He might have been a little bit chubby like the suspect was, because I seen a picture of the suspect.
Yeah.
They got a little chubbiness going on, but still, walk around with a damn picture before you go chasing down a 10-year-old with guns, thinking that's the one, the dude with the dreadlocks that you're looking for. That's unacceptable. As a police officer, as a trained police officer, all of that. I bet this 10-year-old is now looking at police period, just police period, way differently than he did before.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Most definitely. So they done put some negative shit in this kid's mind because they decided to chase his ass down because they thought he was someone else with dreadlocks.
Right, now, not only is the kid looking at police differently, but I think that adults are looking at police differently, too. Now, and I say that because, not to make any excuse for any of the situations, but I mean, the only thing I can say is at least the situations that we had confronted before concern adults. Like, so now we already looking at you sideways. So now we understand that you don't give a damn if it's kids or adults. Now I'm looking at you like all the way side eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I said before, and I said this yesterday on my show, and I'll say it again, I'll stand behind this, because I know that, internet shows and podcasts sometimes get into, ears that you didn't think they would get into. So I'm going to say it again, because I'm going to stand on this shit. And the thing is that there's no doubt in my mind that a tactical unit that's trained to capture assailants and shit like that are trained well enough to decipher the difference between a 10-year-old and a 20-year-old. So with that being in my head, the only thing I can think is that they really don't give a damn about black people.
They don't.
Because they don't care whether they if they ran down a kid or a grown man, it was total disregard.
Exactly.
So no matter how you look at it and say, well, they thought he was this and he fit the description, that the reality of it is they really didn't give a damn if they had the right person or not. They was gonna get somebody, whether that be a kid or anybody, and that is the reason why Black Lives Matter came about. That's the reason why people have certain disgust of certain police officers, and it's a shame, and I'm sorry to say, but I mean it's gonna be a stereotype. I'm sorry that you was a great officer in your community for 50 years. I'm sorry, because the rest of these is some motherfuckers, and I'm sorry. Like, you know what? It happens that way sometimes. It's been happening to us for a long time. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we won't get into all that. But I'm just saying, it's a sickening thing, dog. And when you think about the idea that officers of the law are able to do things like this, and thank God that it didn't. But this could have been worse. It could have transpired into a situation to where
they could have killed him.
Yeah, they could have killed him or shot him or anything. And the reality of that, and it's been proven over and over since Rodney King, that they would have just went back to work. Like, everything would have been cool.
Right. Or,
you know what I'm saying?
On an administrative leave until they...
Yeah, until everything blow over and then you go back to work. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the reality of it is that shit like this can happen and there's no reprimand. So what's to stop a rogue police officer from doing anything to a black body? You know what I'm saying? Because
they need to,
there's no repercussion.
You know what I think? What needs to happen to where it's that how they go about doing things will die down a little bit anyway. Is that they need to start doing it? They need to start, reprimanding these police officers that's doing their job the wrong way, firing them. Simple as that. Then and hopefully that will scare the other police officers. Oh, well, damn, I can't do that because then I'm or go to jail. One or the other.
It's got to
Mostly
be
go to jail.
It's got to be a whole overhaul, though. Like,
but that's where it starts. It's like, like I said once before, on a few shows prior. Mm-hmm. It's so much deeper than a police officer, though. You have to go.
Yeah, that's my thing.
System, like all the way up in the system.
Yeah, the whole thing got to be changed.
There, and then it has to trickle down to the police officers.
Right.
If they're not going to do that, then it's not going to never change. We're never going to see a change when it comes to how these police officers are handling, handling the community, the people in the community.
I agree. So, I agree.
And I don't know what it is. They scared to do it. I don't know. It's like what's going to happen if they do it? Change is going to come. That's what's going to happen. And are they afraid for that to happen? Like, do they want to see it differently?
So look,
do they want to continue to keep seeing them killing, for no reason?
So you want the real answer, or you want the you want the Donald Trump answer?
No,
the I don't give a fuck answer, because that's what Donald Trump is. Donald Trump is the I don't give a fuck answer. I'm gonna say anything I want. So I'm gonna give you the for real answer to that. No, they don't want it to be fixed. Because for the first thing, it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to oppress and eliminate certain individuals out of communities. That's what the criminal justice system and the American government was set out to do. That's what it's supposed to do. So it's doing what it's supposed to do. So now they don't want it to change, because that's what it is. Like, if women and children have to be taken care of in the process, then that's just what it is. I mean, no 10-year-old white kid go get chased down in their community and shit by the police. None. Period. Like, that's just what it is. It's not gonna happen. So they don't want it to change. So that's why when people start trying to get changed, then you bring up the other shit. You know what the other shit is. Why you so concerned when y'all killing each other? Right. That's the dominant response.
Right.
And I'm sorry for black folks that feed into that shit, because not the same. This is maybe a smaller percentage. So you might be in the 90 percentile, and I'm gonna tell you why in a second. But it's in the 90 percentile of black people that kill black people. It's in the 80 percentile for white people that kill white people. But you know why it is, right? Because you kill the people you live with. That's why. Like, it's not black on black crime. It's community crime. It's killing motherfuckers you see every day. That's what happens. That's what happens in the white community and everybody else's community. Like, you don't drive across town to go kill nobody. You kill the people that you go to school with, that you go to work with, the people in your neighborhood. That's who kill you. Like, it ain't no strangers coming from many, many miles away to kill you. That's why it's not black on black crime. It's community crime. It's the people that's in your community killing each other. That's what it is. Like, so don't try to use that as an excuse to why I shouldn't say nothing because a 10-year-old kid getting chased down by the police with guns out. So the fact that it's black people killing black people in the community ain't got shit to do with the police chasing down little kids and killing black people. Nah. So and I feel sorry for the black people who be out there feeding into that shit. I'm sorry, I just had to say that.
Yeah, I do. No, I was going to say, we are against one another as far as when it comes to killing one another. And so is everybody else, though.
Okay,
but I'm just saying, like you said, that still don't have anything to do with the police chasing down a 10-year-old. No, that's something totally different. These are two different situations that need to be taken care of. That needs changing.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I mean, they both need attention. Don't get me wrong. Like, we need to stop some of the shit we're doing, but that doesn't take away from the fact that, law enforcement, police officers, or what have you, are dead set against, you know what I'm saying, it's like no regard. It's just total disregard. I don't know no other way you can see it. And if you don't agree with it or don't understand, then obviously you've never been confronted by the police. You've never been in a situation like that. Obviously at this point, I'm scared when I get pulled over. Shit. And I ain't doing nothing illegal. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? But I'm scared, though. Because I ain't even scared about the ticket. I'm scared about making it away from the pull, making away from the curb at that point. But anyway, man, we ain't going to get into that too much further, man. We go jump off into our topic, though, because we didn't talk too long about that. But, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully everything turned out good with the kid, man. The family,
I'm praying for him and his family, because I know, I'm going to assume that the mother is tripping, even the father is tripping. And I can say that as a parent. I want some answers, damn it, and y'all going to give them to me. And I want these officers that did that to be punished for it, because y'all just don't even know what y'all did to this child. Because you don't have to go home. Y'all go home to y'all families. Ain't nobody went home and chased down your kid, did they? So you don't have to deal with it.
Yeah, so, that's like malpractice, though, right? It's like a doctor malpractice. Like, you just did you did surgery on the wrong patient. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you don't get to go home after that.
Right, and they can go home and kiss that kid on the forehead after you chase down another 10-year-old.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, exactly.
Like, seriously, we're gonna get off that subject, because that just makes me mad just talking about it, and me having a 9-year-old and a 14-year-old. It's just. Yeah.
All right, so we go jump off into this real topic. So if you've been following us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere, then you gotta know what we're talking about today. We're trying to figure out, how do you handle someone flirting with your mate on social media? All right, so we go jump off into that. If you're on eblockradio.com, make sure you hit us up 760-283-4647 and hit that number 1 key and holler at your boy. Real quick, before we jump off into the topic one more time, just want to give a shout out to our partners over at NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Make sure you check out the replay there Wednesdays at 5 to 6 Central Standard Time. All right, so depending on where you're at, you got to adjust your time for that. So shout out to our partners there. But Coco J, man, how do you handle? Well, first of all, maybe we should get into the story of how this whole topic came about.
Oh my God!
Should we do that? Yeah, I want to. I told you when we did the topic that I was gonna tell this story. You said you was okay with it.
I don't recall having that conversation.
You said you was okay. All right. Well, never mind. We won't get into the story until it's my turn. Yeah. Until it's my turn, then I'll get into the story.
Well, if that's the case, you might as well just say it now.
No, it's all good. You gonna act like you gonna play amnesia like you don't know what I'm talking about. When I asked you when we did the topic, like I'm gonna say this story, and you was like, all right. So
I don't recall that conversation, so I would rather just go into the topic instead of.
That's so whack. That's so whack.
Then I have to go back and, you know.
Give you a
piece of my mind.
It's cool. I'll just tell the story on my show. So, CoCo J, how do you handle someone flirting with your mate on social media, man?
You know what
you think?
It's not something that I should handle. It's something that your mate should handle if he sees that it's going on on his social media page. If your mate notice it, of course they're gonna say something, but it's something that you need to handle, not your mate. And if you don't want to handle it, then that just tells your mate something else as well. You obviously this is something that you do on social media.
So I mean, first I think we need to get an understanding. What do you mean by handling? Because if somebody flirt with you, how do you handle it? Like, well, I don't understand what you mean by handling.
I don't handle it by deleting whoever this person is. I don't even expect if.
So if somebody flirt with you, then you need to delete the whole person?
Yes, why not?
Okay. I'm just asking. I'm trying to get an understanding of what you mean by you should handle it. So I'm just trying to figure that out. So.
If you see this person is flirting with you on social media, inboxing you or whatever, then that's automatic delete, because I mean, not unless you enjoying it, this is what y'all been doing anyway behind your mate's back. So it's not really nothing that your mate should handle as far as saying something to this person or anything. That should be something that your mate should be doing since it's happening on their page. So I mean, there's nothing else to it. Either delete it or it's an issue between you and your mate. Automatic.
So you mean to tell me if I'm just saying, just throw a thing out there. So you mean to tell me if Idris Elba was sitting up with his woman, right, and all of the 50,000 women that flirt with him every day, I'm assuming, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So he had to delete all 50,000 of women because they said something flirty on his Facebook thing.
Well, you know what? If it's a continuous thing and this person is steady flirting with you, why not? And I don't give a fuck. Excuse my language. I don't care if it is 50 women, 500 women that you got to delete. That's going to continue to flirt with you, or delete them. Now it's different because that's you can't. I'm talking about just a regular relationship. I'm not talking about with a celebrity or anything.
That is a regular person.
No, I'm just saying he's a regular person, but he's a celebrity, so that's more of a fan.
Oh, so that's
he
different.
has more of a fan club that's going to flirt with him as long as he don't flirt back. But I'm saying.
So wait. So how does he get a pass on not flirting back?
Huh?
A normal dude should get a pass on that. So if somebody flirt with a normal dude, you know what I'm saying, like myself, just a normal dude, you know, I'm no celebrity by no means, you know. So if somebody flirt with me on my page and I don't flirt back, then that should be okay, right? That should be handling the situation, right?
Okay, so listen. If you don't flirt
back,
answer that question
first. Answer that question first.
I mean, that's fine. I don't expect you to flirt back unless you go to DM or inbox on, you know, and it's not to be seen or anything. Only you would know that, right? But I'm just saying.
But I'm saying if you don't flirt back, then that should be okay, right?
That's fine, yeah. That's it. But still, at the same time,
delete that person.
Delete. I expect you to delete.
Now, why is it ever you gotta delete nobody?
I mean, that's a fan. You know, it's a little different with him.
So this could be a fan. You know, they call women that sometimes.
Huh?
That could be a fan. They call women that sometimes.
You know how people delete stalkers? Celebrities delete stalkers and things of that nature. They delete stalkers, so why not delete a person that's going to, disrespecting you by flirting with you, knowing that you married or got a woman or certain things of that nature? Delete. Why not? Oh well, it's one person that you got to delete from your friends list. It's going to be okay.
Okay, you know what? Let's be real about this, all right? You know what I'm saying? I'm sure the audience like realness. You know what I'm saying? We real, right? So let's be real about it.
I'm being
you gonna tell me that there's no man on your friends list that has said something flirtatious or could be taken the wrong way on your page, comment on anything that you haven't deleted? Yeah, okay, all right. So now we're getting somewhere.
Continuously.
Now it's continuous. Oh, hell no. Okay.
I said that.
Okay, now it's continuous.
Okay. So
no. Go ahead and make it fit your program.
I'm not making no. I'm sticking to what I'm saying.
Okay.
And me being the type of person, the type of woman that I am, if I see somebody flirting with you on your page, I shouldn't even have to say anything. Because for one, they know you got a woman. So
what you mean you shouldn't have to say anything?
I shouldn't have to say anything to where you delete that person. I shouldn't have to. Nothing from me should be coming out of my mouth as far as me telling you to delete that person.
So again, I ask you, no man in your friends list has ever commented on something kind of out the way, knowingly flirtatious, that you have yet to delete?
No, one time it happened.
And you deleted that person?
I didn't delete that person, no.
Oh, wait a minute. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
This was like a long time ago.
Oh,
it hasn't happened.
It doesn't matter. But that shouldn't matter, though, right? Because you should delete that person. Ain't that what you said? That's what you said. I don't know. Yeah. What's good for the goose? What is it? What's good for the geese? Good for the gander? How it go? I don't know. That's some old shit my grandma used to say. Don't forget, man, if you're on eblockradio.com right now, hit us up, 760-283-4647. How do you handle someone flirting with your mate online? All right, I'm going to get to my answer in a moment. But I see we got somebody on the phone line, though. We're going to save CoCo J because she just done made, I see this as sexist now. I see this is only for the man. Like because the women don't have to do it, I guess. We're going to shoot to the phone lines, though. I got 586-457. You on live straight. Oh, I was about to say straight from the E-Block. You're live, what he said, she said. What's happening?
What's going on with you? It's your boy Marv, man.
What up, though?
What up? First of all, I'm laughing at her because she so stumbled up real quick when you got her.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. Like, that nigga's still on the friends list right now.
She got
I don't. I'm just saying.
I hear it in her voice. Her face is stuck. I hear it.
Right.
I hear it, CoCo. I hear it. But
for sure.
Nonetheless, first of all, when somebody's flirting, man, in my opinion, it's a good thing. Like, yo, people flirting with your mate, that's cool. Like, people supposed to flirt. You're supposed to have an attractive mate, yo. Brother, because there's no difference to me whether in life in person. If I'm at the mall and I bump into a girl and she's flirting me, I can't delete her. She just flirted. It's up to that person whether they go fucking flirt back. Like, that's ridiculous.
That's
it's
totally
social
different,
media.
though.
How? It's the same thing.
But it's
even
disrespectful.
More. But how is it? Because she flirted with me, it's disrespectful? To who?
Yes, on her end. So, yes, it is. It's still disrespectful, although she is the one that has flirted with you, but you still have an option to delete that person.
Why? But I'm saying, though, like, people flirting with me, like, okay, take it from me. This is not toot my horn, but I think I'm a fairly attractive guy, and I've been in realms of comedy and music and different things, and people flirt with me all the time. But it's my responsibility is not to flirt back. They can flirt with me. Why would
you want to remain friends with someone that's going to continue to flirt with you when you in your relationship?
Wait a minute. It's women. Yeah, wait. I'm just saying, there's women working for men right now who tried to fuck them, and they still working for them. So it's the same thing. Like it's not,
and that don't make it all right though. Just because they still work for them does not mean that it's not okay.
That's because they keep. First of all, listen. When people flirt, people think that if she know I got a girlfriend or I know she got a boyfriend or whatever it may be,
she just being disrespectful.
No, she not, because the thing is, if she don't know
no,
you,
she's not.
Wait, listen.
I don't.
Can I finish my point? Can I finish my point? If she does not know you, why should she care about you? All she's seeing is a guy that she's attracted to, and she's laying out that she's interested. It is my job to either ignore it or be like, nah, or just be like, yo, I'm cool, I'm not interested, and move on. If she keeps coming at it, that's whatever. As long as I don't do it, as long as I don't entertain it.
So what is this causing conflict?
Thank you. Wait.
No. Excuse me. What is this causing?
Listen to that last part.
I
want him to say it again. As long as say the last part again, Mark.
As long as I'm not entertaining it, it doesn't matter.
But listen, calm down, Hood Howard Stern. Calm down. But if it's causing conflict between your relationship, why not delete her ass or his ass? If it's causing conflict.
But what I'm saying is, what I'm
saying is, why not delete if it's causing conflict in your relationship?
I'm trying to answer you. like if it's bothering you that much, I can leave. But if every time somebody flirt with me, shit, I got close to 5,000 friends on Facebook per se. Shit, if I delete everybody, I might only have 24.
Do you post pictures of do you post pictures of your mate on your social media pages? Y'all together or your mate by herself?
Every
so I'm sure they are aware that you are in a relationship. They don't care. So at that point, if they're continuing with you, they're being disrespectful. And since they're disrespecting your relationship, you need to delete her ass, or she needs to delete his ass. Because that's just disrespecting the relationship, period. And that shows
it don't matter.
It
doesn't matter.
Does.
She doesn't owe the woman in my life. If she don't know them, now I see if it's her homegirl, her family member.
She is your friend. She's your friend on social media. So why not respect you out of respect?
So why you didn't delete that dude then? So why you didn't delete that dude?
Who said I didn't?
You said so.
You did.
So why you didn't delete him? You said
you know what? I didn't delete him. No, I didn't.
So why not?
And it was the one because I let you know what?
But it's disrespectful.
You know what?
But it's disrespectful
like I said,
though.
If the flirtation,
I mean, you said it though, right?
If the flirtation continues, knowing that this man or woman know that you have a woman,
you put stipulations on
it is your responsibility to delete that person if it's causing conflict between you and your damn man.
Hold on. So let me ask you this. What if I had a coworker at my job and she flirted with me every day? Should I quit?
Right. You gonna delete that bitch from the toilet?
What y'all don't understand is you handle every situation differently, and when it's somebody on social media, that's how you will handle that one. You delete her ass.
So why you didn't delete the dude then? I still don't get it. Why you didn't delete the dude?
If it's an employee at work you work with, and if she's flirting or he's flirting with you, then you have to nip that shit in the bud since it is at work. Every situation is different, and it's expected to be handled differently.
CoCo, take for instance. So I'm a small business owner, right? I have women that I deal with business-wise, but yet they flirt with me also. But I don't give a damn about they flirt with me because they put money in my pocket. Should I delete them because they flirt with me? Because first of all, we all know that
it's a different way. You have to approach different things. We're talking about social media, though. You can easily
that's what I'm talking about
on social media.
But that's what I'm talking about. If we work, so a bulk of my money is made via social media. So if one of my business connects via social media that I met on social media, we've done business via social media, if she flirts with me because she finds me attractive, I should delete her? I'd be damned, because we know it's levels of flirting. As long as I don't engage in a flirting.
So how would you handle that situation if that was the case?
I ignored that part of our exchanges.
Obviously ignoring not doing the job if she's going to continue to do it. So how would you handle it?
I don't care if she keep doing it. Long as I'm not.
She would continue. Okay.
Take for instance, my girl. She has like 3 dudes who constantly try to get at her, and she's like, I got a man, but they never stop. I'm not mad. I'm like, cool. I know my woman fine, but I'm not mad. Like, yo, she can delete them, keep them. It don't matter because we read them and laugh when she want to show them to me. And she never shows them to me because it doesn't affect my self-esteem and my trust is not in them. My trust is in her.
But you know what? It
So I don't
don't
give a
have anything to do
damn.
with self-esteem. That's just being disrespectful. At some point,
She not doing nothing.
Disrespectful. No, I'm just saying, from the person that's flirting, he's disrespecting you, your relationship.
He don't know
me. He don't have to know you. He don't have to know you to disrespect you. He ain't got to have to know you to disrespect you.
He don't have to care about my relationship.
Okay, so if there's
your boss disrespect you every day. You get disrespect every day in life. I'm supposed to be mad at like, yo, it's some things like, yo, they want to get on her, so what?
I'm not saying being mad, but I'm just saying
your tone
at some point it's disrespectful. It's saying, I'm just trying to get my point across. At some point it's disrespectful for a dude to keep coming at your woman like that. I'm not saying you should be mad at the man that's flirting with her, no. But at some point it's disrespectful.
So again, I have to say, why you ain't delete that nigga then?
Because she was flattered. Because she was flattered by it.
Because
she was flattered by it.
I nipped it in the bud. I didn't delete him. No, I nipped it in the bud.
So what was your response? What was your response?
I got a man. And that
was it.
And he never flirted with me.
Oh, come on.
And I promise
that
you.
Sounds so fake. That sounds so fake.
I'm not believing that shit.
I promise
like,
you. Because he respected, this is the dude that I've been on. He respected the fact that I was in a relationship. It's about respecting that fucking relationship, whether they know you or not. Obviously
you ain't never posted pictures. You ain't never posted pictures of your man before for him to see it. So he knew. So he already didn't care. That's why he went fishing.
Yeah, he already didn't care.
So obviously,
delete him. Delete him.
You know what?
Okay. Right, delete him. Oh man.
Because he was disrespectful. He was
disrespectful. Now you being disrespectful for not deleting him.
Oh, one time, but it's not a disrespectful thing. Let y'all tell it.
No, we're going on your word. We're going on your word.
Yeah, we're going on your word right
your
now.
Word.
Oh, okay.
One time
it is disrespectful. He was disrespectful.
So
I'm saying you disrespectful for not deleting him then.
Okay.
Delete him right now. Delete him right now.
Right now. On air. Live on the air.
The next caller. Thank you for the call.
All right, thanks for the call, dog.
All right, man.
For sure. Yo, every time my man Vaughn call in, it'd be a good time, though. I ain't mad at him, man. He gonna delete that nigga on air, live on air, right now. Delete that nigga.
But seriously, if it's causing conflict, and you know that it's causing conflict in your relationship, why not just make it much easier and just delete that person?
Now see,
you're only friends. Like seriously, it's not that hard. You'll be all right if you lose one friend. That's gonna
you know what?
With you.
This whole conversation is sounding great. You know what I'm saying? But I really feel like people need to know the origin of this conversation to understand why I feel what my man Marv is saying. I just feel like you got to know the origin of this conversation.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right. So, look, this is what it is. All right. So, for people out here listening, this is how we came up with the conversation. All right. So, a few days ago, however many days ago, it was a chick on my Instagram, right? So, she had commented on one of my pictures. So, I clicked on it to see who she was and shit because I don't recognize it from, like, being in my list or whatever. So it turns out she's some kind of publicist or some shit. So she had like
her page.
No, I looked on to see who it was.
Stalking her page. Okay.
That's not stalking. So I looked on to see who she was. So she a publicist for like these networks, like these TV networks or whatever. So I commented under her comment about whatever we was talking about. I can't remember. And so I said, by the way, I noticed that you're a publicist. And that you have any connections with any radio shows, you know what I'm saying, any radio stations, because, I'm trying to do my thing, you feel me? I just saw it on, you know what I'm saying, it's on the up and up. So she did reply kind of strange, though. It was like...
Flirty. You keep saying strange. She replied in a flirtatious way.
Right. So she replied in a flirtatious way, right? But like my man Mara said a few moments ago, I was trying to look for a business opportunity. So I disregarded what, how she kind of threw a flirt at me or whatever. And so she told me to DM her or whatever, right? So I disregarded the little flirtation. So I DM'd her and asked her, like, I was trying to get in contact with some radio stations or whatever. Like, are you able to? I know you're a publicist. Can you hook something like that up? So she hit me back and said that she had heard about something recently and she would get back to me soon. So I did follow up with her even after she flirted with me though. So I thought that it wasn't no thing because I told CoCo J about it. I'm like, dog, you know what I'm saying? Old girl, like it looked like she like on some weird shit, like she flirting with me or some shit, but I still reached out to her. So now that's how this whole thing came about. Because I felt like it wasn't no thing. I disregarded the flirt. Like, I didn't flirt back with her, but I still wanted to get the connect. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I felt like just like my man.
Get it like you can, right?
Just like my man Mom said, like, he's, he working whatever, you know what I'm saying, on the web, and somebody hitting him up, he making money off of him, and they flirt with him at the same time, so he's still trying to get his money, so he go disregard the other shit because he's not going for that.
At some point, if a person continue to flirt with you and you doing
you said continue. You said continue.
At some point, I'm saying at some point, if a person continue to flirt with you and you're doing business with them, at some point you have to flirt back with them to keep the business going because that's what the fuck they flirting for. They want it back. So at some point you got to flirt back with them, right? No, I don't think so.
I think that's a woman thing.
No.
I think that's a woman thing.
If anything, that's more of a man thing.
No, because when a dude shut a woman down, like he's shutting her down. Like,
okay, so that means and that means you shutting your business down, right? So at some point you got to flirt back just for you won't lose that business. I'm just saying.
Now, aren't you the same one that told me? Now, let me get this straight, though. I think you're the same one that told me that a lot of women flirt and test dudes even though they don't even really want them. So this woman could be flirting. This woman could be flirting every day, knowing that he's not going for it, but she just does it anyway, right? So how does that go? I don't get it. So how is it that I got to return the favor if she's going in it like that? So you can't have both worlds. Like she's probably just doing it. She probably just flirting just cause. I don't know.
She's gonna keep doing it until you return that flirtation back. So
then when I don't, then she decides that she don't want to do business. That's on her.
But then, right? I mean, eventually you gonna feel the need to go to give it back.
Why would you feel the need though?
Y'all men are weak when it comes to women flirting with y'all.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, CoCo J. If you really feel like that, you should never be in a relationship. If you really feel like seriously, though, you should never be in those kind of relationships. If you think that men are so weak because if you in enough areas, if you in enough places, if you do enough things, there will be women that flirt with you unless you just trash.
I'm not saying all men, but some men are weak.
You just said.
Okay, so I'm rephrasing it. I am rephrasing. You know what rephrase means? I am rephrasing it.
Yeah, rephrase what happens when you say something you know that makes sense. You try to clean it up. That's what rephrase is.
I'm not cleaning it up. I said some, not all.
Yeah, it's a little more slow. Hey, look, you only got a few minutes left. They can hit us up on eblockradio.com, 760-283-4647, and hit that number one key, man. We're trying to figure out how do you handle someone flirting with your mate on social media. I think for me, man, I'm gonna answer the question. I think how you handle it is kind of dependent. I think the way you handle it is going to depend on the type of person you are. Because for me, I'm kind of like how Marv said. No. Let me finish.
Be yourself. You can't be like.
No, I said like Marv said, because this is just he stated my point before I got a chance to say it. That's the only reason I said it. You know what I'm saying? Is that it can be a dude flirting with you, or it could be 5 or 6 dudes flirting with you every day on social media. I don't care. I think that what's more important is your reaction to them Like if you're returning the favor, then yeah, that's different.
Even if I don't return the favor,
but if somebody flirt with you and you don't delete them, like I'm not really like I don't care really. You know what I'm saying?
But if I'm saying that it's causing conflict, why not delete them? And that would just erase the conflict. Period, right there and then.
Oh yeah, I mean that's different. But you just said how you handle somebody flirting with your mate though. So that just means somebody flirt with you on a post or said something like out the way in the comment, like so what? I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care. Like it don't bother me like that. Now, like you said, if it's somebody just off the hook, just over and over, it's just like you know what I'm saying, like just on every post talking about what's up, baby, some shit that's out the way. Then yeah, that's different. Like hey, you need to, cause that's a stalker. So yeah, you need to go and delete that thing. But just like on the random somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I guess I just don't see it the same way. Now, if you all on the post talking about like, hey, baby, you know what I'm saying? Thank you fine too. You know, some shit like that. Then we might have a conversation like that. So you have whole conversations with that man? I think it's a woman thing. Like I say, I really think
flirtation can start to where we can see it in the comments, then it might end up texting one another, might end up in your DM, might end up in your inbox. You never know.
Right, and you might also die tomorrow. But do you live like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you live like that, dog? That does make sense. There's a whole lot of shit that could happen. There's a whole lot of shit that might be happening. Do you dictate your life off of that, though?
It's a continuous thing. If somebody's continuing to flirt on your Facebook, on your social media, y'all keep saying it's social media.
Okay, so look, so our situation was not a constant thing. Our situation was somebody who. But this is how we had the conversation.
But I'm not talking about I'm not talking about that particular situation anymore. I'm just talking about period in general now, because that's how people meet on social media. People hook up on social media.
Nobody I know has hooked up with anybody on social media.
Okay, just because you don't know anyone,
I haven't, and nobody I know has.
That doesn't mean that it don't happen. I don't give a damn if
that's true. Just like I don't do crack, and nobody I know does crack.
I know
it exists, but you ain't got to worry about me doing it. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about me doing it.
I'm not even talking about you no more. I'm just saying period.
I know. I'm saying in general. So if a person is in a situation where they have never done it or don't know anyone who has done it, then what's the odds of them doing it? I mean, you truly are a product of your environment. If it's certain shit you don't do, you just don't do it, regardless, right?
Social media. Okay. Social media. We talking about social media.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Okay. Social media social media started out to advertise shit, but it has become way more than that.
No, social media started out being
advertisement social. And keeping up.
Social media started being social.
Things of that. Exactly, but it has it expanded to be way more than that. And at some point, with shit, yeah, social media is a mug. It's something else. I'm just saying.
Well, look, go ahead and sum it up, man. How should you handle it? Because we only got a couple minutes left, so how should you handle it?
If I'm saying that a person is flirting with my mate, I expect them to handle it. Now, if it was something that's continuing, I'm still not. If it's something that's going to continue and this person is continuing to disrespect, especially if this person knows that you're in a relationship, seeing the pictures and all that stuff, and just don't give a shit and just disrespect the period, then it's an issue. Of course it's going to cause an issue with you and your mate. I expect my mate to delete that person. Simple as that.
I guess.
Just simple. I expect them to handle it, and especially handle it real fast if it's causing conflict in your relationship. Now, if it's a one-time thing, okay. Because even with that situation, with old girl, I didn't ask you to delete her. I didn't ask you to unfriend her on Instagram. All I asked you to do was just delete that flirtation comment that she made. That's the only thing I asked you to delete. I never asked you to delete it.
Right, well, I didn't delete it until after I told you, because I didn't want you to think that I was trying to delete it and hide it.
But my point is, I didn't ask you to delete her as a friend, period. And I don't expect y'all to be DMing one another, and I don't expect that to happen again. No. And if it continue to happen, then that's when I expect you to delete her.
Oh, okay. So now it comes with stipulations. I get it. All right.
No, so it don't have anything with stipulations. If it can, I've been saying this since we've been talking about the topic. If it's something that's going to continue to happen, I expect you to handle it and delete. You know. Other than that, if it happened one time, okay, or whatever. I don't even expect you to say no words, no, say I got a woman or none. Just delete, and that's it.
I feel you. All right, well, on that note, I guess we'll go ahead and shut it down because it's time to get up out of here. So I answered it on my end already, so that was a sum up right there from CoCo J. But I want to thank everybody who checked us out on eblockradio.com, everybody who called in today. And also, when you're catching the replay on NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com on Wednesdays, 5 until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So shout out to our partners over there. But in the meantime, man, we're going to get up out of here. It's your boy, the Hood Howard Stern, Q Lewis, representing from the D to the other D in the Rocky Mountains.
And it's your girl, CoCo J. Have a safe and blessed weekend. Peace.
Have a safe and blessed weekend, man. Peace out. And delete that nigga live on air.